That's a strange little intro.
Super scary. You know why? You know why? Do you know why? Answer my fucking question. Do you know why?
Why? Why is it so strange?
Because we just finished the first half of Stranger Things.
Nice.
And I didn't think they could do any better than what they've done. And they did. They did better. I love it, man. It's scarier. There's more depth into 11 and her backstory. And then, of course, number one, there are going to be spoilers here. Sorry if you haven't seen it. Cover your ears or turn us off for a week.
Yeah, you've had time. It's been a couple weeks.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
By
I
the time
guess
it's come out, it'll be a couple weeks, so they've had time.
there we go. There we go. But I don't know what your thoughts are, but all of us here absolutely loved the first half. We're a little perturbed that they did the split, just like they did with Ozark. Irritates me, but they're trying to keep viewers, right? I mean, Netflix is kind of on the lower end at this point for viewership and membership. So, but man, did they blow it out of the water, dude. Just knocked it out of the park.
You know, so I loved the first few seasons, and I thought the way the last season ended, like it's like okay, it's kind of like a perfect ending. It wraps it all up, kind of done.
Yep.
And then I was like, okay, they're gonna come out. Is this gonna be another one of those shows where you go to watch the season and you're like, man, this is dumb. Like, why did they do this? And I will say, a lot of twists and turns. Definitely kept my interest. A lot of depth, a lot of backstory. Um, I'll tell you the one mistake I made.
What's up?
So my kids have watched Stranger Things.
Yeah, Zach too.
Okay. However, didn't take into account this season. So we started watching episode 1.
How did we know? We had no idea.
No, we didn't. We didn't. And the last one, I felt like, yeah, it was kind of scary, but, you know, it's kind of like them reading Goosebumps and stuff, right? It wasn't
Right.
that far down the rabbit hole.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the eyes rolling in the back of the head, the snapping jaw and arms and bones, and the eyes getting sucked into their skull.
Yeah.
I like pause it, and it's like, bam, hits you like a ton of bricks. Like, you know something's coming, but you expected like a Demogorgon or something playful to pop up or something to start off.
Yep.
Boom. I had to pause it. My little one flipped out, had nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Had to, bribe my older son to let him sleep in the bed with him so he wouldn't be, by himself.
Yep.
Being so scared to get out of bed, he peed in the bed, in his older brother's bed.
What?
So that caused a fiasco. Had to clean the, sheets and pull off the mattress protector and all that. And
Wow.
yeah, no.
Parents need to preview these things before we let the kids watch them, because we didn't expect either. I mean, Zach's all into horror movies, so he didn't have an issue with it, but he's also 11 going on 12. So he didn't have too much of an issue with it, but like, that's why we need to preview these things, bro.
Well, my older one was like, oh, that's so cool. I'll keep watching. But the younger one, and I was like, I forgot he was too young to really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
When the first few episodes came out, because it's been a little while since season 3 to this one, right? It's been a couple of years, right?
Yep.
So, like, was not expecting that, and just the look of terror on his face. It's like, oh yeah, pause, stop right now, and of course it pauses with the eyeballs sucked in.
Yes.
Dad of the year. Dad of the year right here.
Of course it does. Yeah, it
So
was creepy, dude. Creepy.
yeah, so we have finished it without the kids now. They're no longer watching Stranger Things with us. But yeah, I like it. I also wasn't sure how they're going to bring Hopper back.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a pretty cool storyline.
I enjoyed that. It's not even over. It's not over.
No, I know. I hate the split. I get the split. I'm still not sure why they don't do like weekly episodes though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
Amazon does it with The Boys, Disney does it with all their series and shows, like, HBO Max does it.
Yeah.
So, been watching Barry.
I need to get caught up on that, man. I've I I haven't watched any of the new season, but that was one of my favorite HBO shows. I mean, just awesome.
Yeah, this one's coming to a head. It almost has a Dexter ending feel to it, in my opinion. So, we'll
Oh,
see what
really?
happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. All right.
So,
So I need to get caught up then so we can talk about that because I love that show.
with Stranger Things, let's get back to that real quick.
Sure.
What's the biggest surprise for you so far?
I think the storyline, honestly, because we were watching it and we were like, wait, how does this even tie in with 11 and the Upside Down and all of that? And it did tie in that last episode of the first half. They tied it all together. Obviously where 11 pushes number one through the portal, and all that. So it definitely tied it together. But we were just really confused as to where they were going with this.
But now, did 11 create the portal in the Upside Down?
No, I don't think so. I think it was there to begin with, and she was powerful enough to push him through and open the gate to
It's almost like piercing the veil type of thing.
right. That's what I
Yeah,
think. I could be completely off base. I haven't read any of the theories or anything on it because I don't have time for that shit. I just go with what I think.
I'll tell you, like, I think it was end of episode 1, beginning of episode 2, when they were showing number 1, before they even said who number 1 was.
Yeah.
I called that as being number 1, and I called him being the, was it the Vanker or whatever they called him?
Yeah, Vecna, I think is what they call him.
Vector, that's it,
Yep.
Vector. I pegged him as being Vector right off the bat. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm right, he's number 1 and he's Vector, and we're about to see how all this unfolds.
Yeah.
Spot on.
I
Which
I thought, or we thought here, that was actually Papa trying to direct
really,
her, yeah, in the right direction to get her powers back. That's what we initially thought, which obviously we were wrong. We were wrong.
well, I thought number 1, the way he treated her was differently. I'm like, okay, he's bad for some reason, and I don't know why yet.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, they've all got numbers. He's number 1. He's the oldest. And then as it went on, it kind of helped prove my theory. And then for some reason, his eyes,
Yeah.
I could tell, like, the eyes were the same for Vector as they were for him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the same person. That's who that is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. So,
That was a good call, man. We did not call that. We did not call that.
well, even though I kind of figured it out, I was okay with it. Like, it was like, this is still a great storyline, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think it's awesome, man. I think it's awesome just what they do, and then of course the kids that are acting who aren't really kids anymore. I mean,
Well,
just
and I love how it plays with the timeline and what was going on, like in the 80s. Remember when like Ozzy Osbourne was put on trial and they're like, oh, it's the devil's music and all that. So you got like, Dungeons and Dragons, and so you got these squares or the jocks or whatever it is, like, oh, they're possessed by the devil and they're killing people and creating mass hysteria, and everybody's jumping to conclusions.
which all happened.
Yep.
I was there. You were there. It all happened that way. It's crazy, man. So much nostalgia, dude. So much nostalgia.
So something else that I did not know,
Okay.
and I started seeing reports on it. I'm like, that can't be true. But after doing some research, it looks like it is. But Stranger Things is actually based off of real events that happen in life during those time periods.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not based off of one specific event. It's based off of multiple events that have happened. And so you can go online and find like some different, like, documentaries and shows and movies and things that were based off of actual events that happened during the 70s and 80s. That's where Stranger Things is pulling from, whether it's like alien encounters, whether it's cults, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or demon possession or portals to other dimensions. Like it's based off of things that have happened in historical events that may or may not have had fiction elements to them.
Yeah.
So like I really want to do some more research on those and dig into those now.
I was going to
Just
say, I wish, I didn't even know about that. That would be a fun, that'd be a fun podcast right there, man.
yeah, maybe we can go through that. Hey, you know what? That'd be fun for maybe a Halloween episode.
Oh yeah. I don't want
Talking
to
about the Stranger Things past.
Yeah. I don't want to fast forward that fast, but yes, maybe
No,
that's for
no.
Halloween. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's enjoy
But
summer first before we get back to winter, please.
have you gotten any of the pizzas yet that Walmart's selling?
Pizzas?
Yeah, the Stranger Things pizzas. They get the surfer side pizza or whatever it is.
No.
They got frozen pizzas you can buy. They got like a pepperoni, supreme, cheese, and one other one.
Really?
Yeah, you can buy a frozen pizza.
Huh. No, I have not. I usually get Red Baron, so I didn't even see him. I was at Walmart yesterday. I didn't even see him there.
Yeah. Yep. So
Interesting. Okay. I'll look for him. I'll look for him next time and I'll buy one just to see. Never know. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's like Totino's and total shit.
I do like how they show the struggles of being a kid in like high school.
Yeah.
Being picked on or not being popular. The in crowds, the out crowds, how cruel kids can be.
Oh yeah. Wow. And that's still present day. You know, it's still present day. So yeah, everything they're tackling and showing is just incredible. It's incredible what they're doing with it. I love it.
So second half's going to be coming up. When is that, in July?
July 1st. Yeah.
So who do you think will die in the second half?
I hope no one, but I think Steve's going to get it.
Think Steve's going to get it?
I do.
Yeah. I also think, who's the redhead?
Don't ask me her name because I don't remember.
One whose her brother died in season 3.
Yep.
I think she's going to get it.
I thought she was. I don't think so anymore.
I think she is, but I think it's going to be at the end. And I think it's going to be more of a sacrificial thing. I think she'll probably save them somehow.
Oh, that could be. That could be. Team up with 11.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
Like 11 holds him back or something, and she does something to close the door, or vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I don't want to see any of them, but any of them perish in the show. But somebody has to, man. Like somebody's got to.
Well, and the cast is so big now. I didn't realize how big that cast is.
Mm-hmm.
And you're starting to see like each of them have like different lives and stuff. Like, where does it go from here? Like for a season 5, like where would it go from here?
That's why there's not a season 5, because it's not. They wouldn't go anywhere. It wouldn't. They'd have to go into adulthood because none of them are kids anymore. They do a great job making them look like kids, but they're not child age anymore.
But they have started bringing in like the little sister.
Yeah.
And like some different characters and stuff. So I almost wonder if we'll get like some spin-offs or if it'll pick up and they'll like move on and then maybe they make guest appearances.
Could be. I hope not. I hope they leave it as is. Just end it. We don't need a spin-off. We don't need any of that.
I don't know, man. There's so many different ways they could keep it going.
Yeah, but we don't need that. Nobody needs that, bro. Nobody needs that.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, let's go on to maybe brighter topics.
Okay.
Things not as strange, but very familiar, and brings us back to our childhood, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Man, first 3. I haven't watched the newest one yet. By the time this airs, it will have been out. I think another episode will air, but from what I've seen so far, everything I had hoped for in Obi-Wan has happened, at least in the first 3 episodes. James Earl Jones returns as the voice of Darth Vader.
Actually, not true. That is an AI, the same AI they used for Luke's voice for Mandalorian. James Earl Jones did not do any new additional recordings.
You're kidding me.
No, isn't that scary?
Oh, you just dashed my excitement.
I mean, we can go down a whole conspiracy theory on vocal things and where that could go on a later episode.
You
But for
just
now, like AI, man, AI,
what?
which which I guess is a good thing because then you could always have Vader in the movies, right? The technology's there, but then it sucks because now it's like, what happens to voiceover actors?
Well, that's true.
That could be a lost art form, you know?
Here it is. Darth Vader's voice in Obi-Wan Kenobi, assisted by synthetic speech startup Respeecher.
Mm-hmm. I know. I was thinking the same thing you did. I was like, holy cow, they got him back. Like, this is awesome. You know, and especially at his age. And then I read that and I was like, ah. But
Oh, I can't. I'm having trouble with this. Like I'm searching right now, and I'm
all right. So outside of that, it's still good to hear the voice though, and it actually be Vader. And I liked how they reestablished Vader's presence early on.
yeah,
Digging that.
and they're
I thought
showing
the
his
cat.
power.
Yes. Oh yeah.
In episode 3, they really showed his power because I don't feel like we got that in 4, 5, and 6. You know, the
No.
originals. I mean, we saw flashes of it, but this is. I mean, when he's walking through the town and snaps that dude's neck just by using
Yep.
the like, it really shows almost like they did with Kylo Ren, right? In episode 7, where they
Yep.
brought him out and they really showed his true power right up front. Like they didn't hide it at all. Right up front showed his true power. And I thought they did the same thing with Christensen and Vader, and I love it.
It reminded me of A New Hope. Very beginning, Vader comes in, slashing and tearing,
Mm.
and then you got to re-see it again in Rogue One, right?
I was going to say that was one thing I was going to bring up too, is Rogue One, right? So when they end Rogue One, Vader's coming through the doors of Leia's ship, and you really see a lot of power there too. So that I'm glad you brought that up because they actually probably first showed it there, and then with Obi-Wan, holy crap, man, just incredible, incredible.
Yep. And I do like how they have Hayden Christensen back. Like
I
he
do too.
played the Vader in the desert, like when he's seeing him or feeling him, but
Yep,
he doesn't know he's a robot or what he looks like yet, right? He pictures him in a cloak. So I
yep,
like that part. I also liked how they used him as like he's in his pieces outside of the suit in the vat or whatever that stuff is that he's in.
yep,
So the rejuvenation chamber or whatever it is, the healing
yeah,
chamber. But
yeah.
he's pale now.
Well, and people gave him so much shit for episode 1, 2, and 3, but they gave everything shit. Listen, I gave it shit when it first came out. I
3
was
was the best one out of all of them.
I was highly disappointed with 1, 2, and 3 when they first came out.
Yeah,
Right,
me too. Me too.
and then I've watched, 4, 5, and 6 will always be my favorite, always. So when 7, 8, 9 came out, watched those all the way through, and I think we talked about this actually on our May the 4th episode, so I won't go too deep into it. But after watching all 6 of those and then going back to 1, 2, and 3, you really realize the genius in what happened in 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean? You really
Yeah.
like you pick things up, you catch things that you didn't catch before. Like there's certain things that happen that you would never notice have happened if you wouldn't have seen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, anyways,
I almost wish they had done 1, 2, and 3 instead of being 3 episodes, they made it to 4 or 5 episodes. And the reason I wish that is I wish they incorporated a live action version of some of the stories from the Clone Wars
yeah,
because what you got in 1, 2, and 3, you saw the emotional side, why he turned, why he became, and the love and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But you never got to see the general, the feared general that
Yeah.
Anakin was,
Yeah.
and how they feared him, and how he was just a great general, great tactician. I would love to have seen like a Ahsoka story, seen that happen, all those different things.
We still may see that with Ahsoka. We still may
That's
see that.
true. That is true. That is true. So hopefully it'll go back to where we can fill in the gaps. The other
Yeah.
thing I think is interesting is I hated this part, which was episode 8, the starship blows up, Leia's outside, and then like ports herself all the way back into the shuttle or whatever it is. And it's like, how the hell did she do that? But now you're starting to see in Obi-Wan that she is force sensitive.
Yep.
And you're starting to see how Yoda thinks that she's the one, not Luke.
Yep.
Which there's a lot of storylines and stuff that support that. And so I thought, the casting, that spunky little girl that's, attitude and everything, very independent, like perfect casting. Because that's the Leia we see in like Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope. Like it's that same Leia.
Yes. Agreed.
And the fact that she's hearing thoughts, but they haven't like really gone into that yet. But she's hearing thoughts by the comments she's made.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
they are doing a phenomenal job. I think it's actually already been renewed for a season 2, actually, because this has been the highest viewed Disney Plus series to date. Is Obi-Wan.
Thank you, Jon Favreau.
The dude's a fucking genius. I've loved that guy since Swingers, man. I mean, just awesome. When him and Vince Vaughn, did Swingers. Yes. But I believe Favreau wrote Swingers, I think. He either wrote or directed, I'm not sure. But he
had a hand in writing some of the like scripts and screenplays and stuff for Mandalorian originally, didn't he? Didn't he do a lot of the writing to get it up and going?
Yeah, he did a majority of the writing for, if not all of the writing for The Mandalorian. He just had different directors. Taika Waititi did an episode, and then Bryce Dallas Howard did an episode, and a couple other different directors did episodes too of Mando.
They just need to make him the new Kevin Feige of Star Wars. Everything Star Wars.
I agree.
Just give it to him.
I agree.
I mean,
and I think
he's ready. He's proven it. He's got the golden touch, man. Like, give it to him.
Yeah, I think they're headed that direction, and I don't think that's a bad move.
Well, speaking of heading in that direction, it looks like DC is about to do the same. Have you seen all the shakeup that's happening with the DC Warner Brothers kind of people in charge?
I have not seen anything recent, no.
So it looks like that they have people who've either stepped down or been removed from being in charge of certain segments of DC over at Warner Brothers, or in charge of movies or certain things. And then a few people that have had success, they're in talks with having a bigger role. And I forgot who the guy's name is now. It's slipping my mind, but supposedly they have somebody in mind that's had success with some of the DC films that they want to spearhead and lead the new DC, and they're trying to take a Disney approach.
Which film?
They're trying to take,
because not many of those films were successful.
I know. I can't. Was the one who did Shazam? Because Shazam was pretty successful.
Shazam was awesome.
I think it's that guy, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, though. Need to do some more research on this, but I started reading articles and seeing some shakeup, and it looks like DC's kind of had it. They've had their fill. Apparently, the new Batman didn't get where they wanted it to go. It's not dead in the water, but it didn't get the success they wanted. They're severely upset with how all this whole Aquaman stuff's going, and apparently Amber Heard is now being written completely out. They're going a different storyline, and I guess they're going with the dolphin storyline.
The what storyline?
The dolphin, from what I hear. So I guess Aquaman has two love interests. One of them is Dolphin.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Character's name.
So David,
not a dolphin, but her name is Dolphin.
So David F. Sandberg directed Shazam, but that doesn't sound right as far as who would take over the films. Henry Gayden wrote Shazam, so I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll have to do
So
some
it's
research on
saying
that.
Walter Hamada is currently over DC Films. His contract ends at the end of 2023.
Okay.
So apparently, whatever they're doing is in conjunction to move away from him.
Mhm.
They're also talking about tying in, because I guess the animated stuff and the movies are and the TV series, they're all three separate departments under three different people.
Okay.
This
I
is
was
to
going to say
align everybody under one.
the animated series are better than the damn full-length live-action feature films, the majority of them.
Yeah. So supposedly what's going on is, and nothing's official yet. There's just rumors and you see the shuffling.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, is it Todd Phillips? Todd Phillips.
Oh, that could be. Director of The Joker, Joaquin Phoenix.
That's it. The director of Joker. It wasn't Shazam. That's it. Todd Phillips is apparently who they're looking to spearhead things and to bring DC back into an organizational structure to where you can have independent films and spin-offs, but they all link and can align together to keep the storylines going. And they want to build the DC universe. And that is their goal and mission. And so supposedly he's going to be taking the reins. I just found the article.
I don't disagree with it. I thought The Joker was absolutely fantastic. The poster's right behind me.
That was an amazing origin story. Just an amazing origin story.
Yep. But then there's leaks too that, and again, this could take us down a whole nother rabbit hole. I know we got to wrap up here in a second, but there is rumors that he is not the Joker. He is the predecessor to, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So
the person that inspires the Joker to become who he becomes.
Right. Now that's rumor. That's total rumor. So I don't know if that's true or not, but could be an interesting theory. Moving on, in the movies.
Well, and I also heard that Henry Cavill has agreed to come back on board. So I'm wondering if these changes, because Ben Affleck left, Henry Cavill left, like they're all like, we're done. Like Jason Momoa stuck around. Ezra, that's a whole another legal mess, but that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, agreed.
Batman Year One, it's okay for what it is, but it doesn't replace the other series. It's almost like if you're going to do the Batman like they did, or Batman Year Two, not Year One, right?
Yep.
You almost need that to be a separate series from like your Justice League and your other things, right? Because the timelines don't match up. Right. And I guess this guy has got a vision for it. And, with what he did with the Joker, I'm curious now.
Me too. Hand it over.
And I'm curious how it impacts everything else.
Yeah, give him the keys to the castle, man. Let him do his thing. I think he could do it. But anywho, all right, my friend. Well, I think actually my friends, those of you that are listening as well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up.
All two of you.
And for listening, right? For listening. Check us out, Facebook, LinkedIn. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm still in work mode, man. This is ridiculous. I'm going to let you send us out.
Why don't you check out our new website? It's a Wix site. So check out our website. Check out our TikTok, Facebook, while we're still on there. I guess Facebook is taking down podcasts. So at some point you will no longer be able to listen to us there, but we're still on Spotify. We're on iTunes. Yep. Check out our website. You can find all our episodes there, a whole library. We're also going to be doing some features of special guests that I've got to get on there and update. So that's on me. Twitter, there's not much going on. Apparently Twitter has fake users anyway, so no one cares about that. But Instagram, check us out. Maybe, I don't know. We don't do any pictures. Really, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, the website. Those are the four. Let's just go with those.
That's it.
And until then,
all right.
Why don't you keep it spicy?
Spicy. All right, kids, we'll catch you on the flip.
Bye.